Hello.
Hello. Good morning or afternoon.
Today we are walking through Limekiln woods, which we come every day to this one. Limekiln woods, where they used to have the brickworks, and all through the woods there's lime kilns. And there's also a little story to go with these woods, which I'll tell you on the way round. But we'll take you around along this path.
We have got Penny going to the start. These woods go forever. Penny, not everybody wants to be your friend.
There's little Penny.
Being a pest. Thinking she's the boss of everything.
As you can see up here, it's surrounded by fields, woods. There's the woods.
It's quite close to home as well, this is to us.
Little Penny.
But we're going to take you on this walk and we're going to end up at the abandoned house at the top.
Yeah, there's an abandoned house,
yeah,
which we've come to a few times, which took us absolutely ages to find.
I think our fifth time, and then somebody showed us.
But we've done a little ghost hunt through the day, so we're hoping to brave it.
We're not sure about braving it at night because it's a long way in and there's no quick exit, so as you will see.
And there's also a cave inside the woods,
which is quite a bit difficult to get to because you've got to scramble down to it.
Yeah, not many people know about the cave.
No, it's very well hidden.
Took us a really long time to find that too.
Some bloke.
It's well hidden.
It's well scramble down the hill, so I won't want to do that one at night. Penny's off to find the deer, so you might even see deer on this trip.
Yeah, but there's loads of deer.
Penny decided the other day she was going to do one and chase through the woods.
Yeah, Penny spotted the deer and
jumped the fence.
Decided to jump the fence and
chase them into the woods.
And then about half an hour later she came back.
Absolutely filthy.
Black. We had a white dog to begin with, then we had a black dog.
She absolutely stunk. And to be fair, when she come back to us, because we were shouting for ages and whistling, she looked terrified. Didn't she? She was like a bit shook up.
She had a smack bum.
Serves you right, Penny. Chasing them blood.
Penny loves running around these woods.
Oh, she knows the way now. She does it every day. We're going to go the long way up into the woods because we do a little circuit, don't we?
Yeah. All these spiky brambles have started to come out in bloom now. I don't know what it is, but it's very sharp.
It's pretty though. Nice. Penny, we're not going that way. We come back that way. You know the drill.
Penny just runs off and does her own thing.
She knows we come back this way.
That's where we come up. That's where we'll finish.
Yeah, we'll come back that
through
way.
the woods.
Come on.
But there's loads of different trails you can walk.
There's also a lake down here, and that's haunted by a lady.
That's another story.
We'll tell you about that one when we get closer.
I'll show you this because this is the beginning of the woods. It's called Huntingdon Huntington Lane.
Earthworks mining remains. It was a mining site, wasn't it?
Yeah. In the 18th, 19th centuries, the site was more intensively worked, with deeper shafts opening out into pillar and stall workings, where blocks of coal were left in place to support the mine roof.
Yeah. And the Limekiln pits are still here.
Yeah.
There's a lot to see around this place.
So yeah, this is Huntington Lane, and all in the woods. Used to be brickworks before these woods, hundreds of years
But
ago.
yeah, so there are several stories we will tell you along the way when we hit that point. When we hit certain points of this tour, we'll tell you the stories of the hauntings here.
We'll have to come out and do it at night.
We'll have to brave it. It's not that. Another thing, there's people shooting deer here. Puts me off. The people are shooting
Yeah,
deer
because
here.
of all there is quite a few farms around these woods, and we've got talking to a man who comes bird watching.
And rabbits and...
Rabbits and all sorts. But he has said that
the
back in the
stuff.
day there was only a few deer where the farmers used to herd them up and put them into a fenced area.
But now there's like hundreds
But
here.
now they've overgrown the woods. There's that many that
They've started to shoot them.
people have started shooting them.
Which is
Which
a
ain't very
shame.
nice, yeah.
Penny, don't you dare crack the deer.
But we have heard yesterday when we came, we did hear a few gunshots. But oh yeah, but this is apparently
Ben!
Huntington Lane.
This was still on.
Penny!
Come on, Pen! She's not barking, so she's not after something.
Penny! There she is. We found her. Hoping to lose her. But she keeps coming back.
It's like a bad penny. A boomerang.
Yeah, she's like a boomerang, Penny. We throw her away and she comes back.
We are only joking, of course. We do love our little Penny. She goes everywhere with us. Don't you, Pen? Hey, Pen? She's not long recently had a new hair trim.
Yeah,
Get out,
bit my hand off
get out
twice.
of this. Not in that dirty water. You can play it the lake if you want.
Penny.
Well, the weather's turning out to be lovely,
Again.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it, Pen?
Another board here, telling you about the wildlife. The Limekiln.
Oh,
Can you see the Limekiln?
Oh, yeah,
no,
it's just you'll see it in a
you can
minute as we go
there.
around the trees.
This is just
So
telling
we're
you about
here.
all the wildlife. Badgers, bats, owls,
There's all sorts. They're so big these days.
foxes, deer,
There's lots of deer.
loads of different species of birds. There's one of the farms. But this path takes you
Into the top of these.
all the way around the woods and into the woods.
But we don't come back the same way. We go the other way, don't we?
But if you just look, I'll just try and zoom in. If you just look into the distance there with the pylon on top,
That is one of the biggest hills in Shropshire.
that is the Limekiln Hill. and hundreds of people walk that every day. We walked it just last week, to be honest.
It's a hell of a trek up there.
Was it an hour up and down?
Yeah, it's an hour.
But it don't look very
Steep,
high,
but it is.
and it don't look very steep, but it is when you get walking it. But there in the distance, that big hill there is the Limekiln. You can walk up to that big mast at the top. And the Limekiln is also haunted apparently by giants.
Apparently there's a giant up there, but we've not been up at night, but we will at some point.
Back in the early days of the what was it? Caveman times.
Yeah, Bronze Age.
Bronze Age. Used to live. Giants travelled. The story goes that two giants travelled to Staffordshire to find a place to settle, and they settled upon the Limekiln there. And
it wouldn't take a giant long to climb that.
It said both giants ended up battling over the hill, and while on top of it they had a big fight, and one of them hit the other one and landed on top of the hill. And as it landed, it made a big dent in the top of the hill, and the dent's still there.
And you can hear apparently him crying out, and there's a ghost plane that goes over as well.
Yeah, in the second, I think it was first or second, I think it was the First World War. A plane crashed on top of the hill, and ever since a ghost plane has been seen flying over the hill and heard, and also the moans and groans and shouting of the giant. So
we are going to brave it. We're going to go up just before dark one night, and we'll have to come down in the dark.
People have seen ghostly figures up there as well.
Yesterday, the deer on the track on the hill.
Yeah. Penny.
You're going on your lead in a minute, madam.
Yeah, we'll have to put Penny back on lead because of the deer in the woods.
And they're sometimes over here in this one corner, some of them. So we'd better put her on a lead so don't fancy waiting around for her today. Do we, Miss Penny?
Yeah. That's the Limekiln there in front with the tower on top.
We have actually walked to the Limekiln from here. That's where Penny bogged off.
Just in the corner there, as you can see, is where Penny decided to do one.
Chase the deer. But they're not low down here today, so they're further into the trees.
Came down here a couple of days ago with our drone.
Oh yeah.
And
that's a story to tell, isn't it?
I put the drone up in the sky and
beautiful day.
Wind took it and blew it off into the woods somewhere, so we had to come home without it. So
can't find it anywhere.
As soon as it comes nice again, we're going to have to go drone hunting, see if we can find it.
And this wood, well, I wouldn't even say big. Oh, it's the forest, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're just making our way up through the woods now. say woods, it's more like a forest. It's huge. These woods, even through the day, are a bit spooky.
Oh, we've seen the some stuff in here, we have.
We've heard things,
seen
things, felt people, well, felt something following us.
But you definitely, you see like people in the woods, and
when you look again, there's nothing there.
Nothing there, and yes.
We're just going to make our way up to this house. It's been here hundreds of years.
Apparently it was up for sale, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we don't know much about it, who lived there or anything.
There's not much left.
But it has been quite muddy, hasn't it, to get down to it, so I'm hoping with all this dry weather, the ground's dried up a bit. Please have a... It's all the farmers' fields.
Love listening, just to listen to the birds and different animals.
There's a lot of these big ditches down there, look, which some of them used to be the old lime kilns, but they've been filled in and planted with trees. But there's loads of them. But further down the bottom, there's a big bridge, an old railway line bridge. And the other side of that, you can actually see the lime kilns. This forest is also I forgot what letters it is.
Oh,
a Pacific site of interest.
That's it.
These woods.
And they're the only woods that have lime trees.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's the only woods in the UK with lime trees. But I couldn't tell you what they look like.
No, no, me. I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, it's protected woods. Whether it's something to do with the old brickworks or something, the lime kilns and all that, I don't know. Penny's getting tired.
She's on the lead, but I can't risk it, so we don't know where the deer are. Chances are we'll see him as we go down through the woods when we come back.
Well, here we are. Just made it down to the house. It's all overgrown. Oh, that one here before.
Yeah, well, that one is.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So that's the abandoned house. Been here years, but we don't know anything about it. I've tried to look up to see about it, but just nothing, don't tell you anything. They had a good view anyway of whoever lived here. If them trees once are overgrown. But down below there, if I can get down and show you. You can see where the old fire was there, look. Last time we brought our stuff with us, the REM pod was going off.
The spirit talker was.
And the spirit talker and the REM pod and the K2s were going off.
Somebody was going to rebuild it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Old. They'll go down there pen the sheep. Oh.
I suppose it would have been nice when it was a proper house out in the woods.
The view of the Limekiln. See the Limekiln from there closer.
Yeah, if you just see through the woods there. That's the Limekiln there.
We do want to come up here at night, but like you say,
Do this house, yeah.
it's quite a trek in the dark. But we're gonna have a go, aren't we?
But for some reason, the K2 always seems to, the REM pod seems to go off around that fireplace. So whether it was burnt down and just left to demolish, I don't know.
Don't know what she's doing. What's that?
What's that?
I don't know, but it's on the floor because Penny's trying to get over there.
Kind of bird. Oh, it's a crow.
Well, that is, yeah. But Penny's like saw something there and she was trying to get over. I don't know what it was. But yeah, this is the egg.
Oh. So we're on our way back down through the woods again. That was the old house.
Come on. But now we go back a different way.
So we'll try and do a night one there. See what we can see if there's anybody about.
Come on.
So this is the way down.
We're actually going to go Limekiln Hill now, aren't we?
Yeah, this is Limekiln Hill.
Yeah, that's where we're going to go down.
This takes you down, right down through the middle of the woods.
Over the cave.
Yeah, you walk over the cave and then walk down into it. But if you look down here,
So this is the other end, but it's blocked.
the cave's all blocked in, so far in. But if you look down there where all them tyres are,
That's the other side.
the tunnel or cave used to come up out of
This way.
this way. You used to be able to go in this way, but they've filled it in and thrown a lot of tyres down there.
But you can go in the other side. And the other entrance is way down this hill.
But you used to go through, up through the woods along this path somewhere and out of there. But they filled it all in. Yeah, so now we're on Limekiln Hill.
Come on.
We'll have a look out for some deer and
On the way down the hill, yeah.
see if we can show you any deer that are about. We usually see them.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're walking down the hill slowly just to see if we can spot the deer. We just saw a baby deer, but it ran too quick.
So yeah, just down there, along this little path.
Yeah, tell the story.
Back in the 1800s, this pathway here, as you can see, it's all cobbles now, but it's all overgrown. But there's loads of cobbles where it used to be a footpath. Comes through the woods. Well, before the woods was here, it was a pathway. When the brickworks were all up and running, there was a man who did the wages, and a lot of people wasn't happy with their wages, so he fell out. The wages man fell out with a group of workers, and he used to do the wages from home and bring them in every week on a certain day.
And this is the path he used to walk.
And this is the path he used to come to work and back up and down this path. And one day, after a big argument with this group of men, they followed him. they knew what day it was he'd bring the wages in, and they followed him through this wood along this path, and they beat him up to get the money off him. But they beat him that bad that he was left unconscious on the floor. And when the men was on the way home, that they left him for dead. And when these 3 men walked off and left him, one of them said to the other 2, "I think I should go back." And they said, "No, leave him." They said, "No, I think I should go back to see if he's okay." But when he came back to him, he decided the best thing to do, rather than get better and grass him up, he dragged him down to this cave.
Which is just coming. We're going to be on top of that cave now.
He dragged him down to this cave, unconscious still, and put him in the entrance to the cave with a big rock on his chest. And
I left him to die.
the chest, the rock was that big. It rolled this rock onto him, and it suffocated him and killed him. And to this day, people have heard the man shouting from the cave.
But he's known to walk up and down this track.
Now we met a lady who walks her dog through here.
And at this spot here, at this cave,
We met her here, at this spot here, and she said every day when she walks through up and down this path,
she sneezes.
she stops at this certain spot here and sneezes.
Every time. But
So
we're now above that cave. The cave is below
I'll just
us.
turn you around. So now where all these logs are here, look.
So the cave is, you won't see it from here, it's so
The cave is directly underneath us.
So the cave is down, scrambling down there.
If you just look down there,
The cave
below us is where the cave is, but it doesn't come all the way. It is beneath us at the moment.
You have to scramble down to get to it.
But the lady said when she walks up and down here with her dogs, she stops and sneezes. So whether that ghost of
He's
that
there
man
and she's going through him
is
or what?
walking, because the man, the spirit of the man still walks up and down this path.
So we think that the spirit is walking past her.
So we're gonna just take you down to the cave and show you where he was buried. Now we've
gone. It's up there. We've got to scramble down to that. I don't know if we can scramble down.
We've had the REM pod out at the cave and the K2, and they've been going off just in the entrance. I have to be careful because we've got Penny. I've got her on the lead because of the deer. Let me just turn you around. Penny's gone round the way I didn't want to go. It's harder having Penny on the lead because she goes under things I can't get under. Penny, wait. Down that ditch there, along the ditch. A bit of a scramble. It's a lot easier when you ain't got Penny, because she drags me. Wait, Penny. Penny, this way. No, this way. But not a lot of people know about this cave.
You know what? It's not easy to find
And it's not, honestly, it is not easy to find at all. It took us 5 attempts. And then one day, we was walking up through Huntington Lane, and we stopped to talk to a man to ask him where it was. And he told us where it was, which about 4 or 5 other people have. And as we set off, the man turned round and said, "Excuse me, rather than you go on your own, do you want me to show you where it is?"
Hello Tony, if you're watching.
So he showed us, he actually walked here with us and showed us where it was. And honestly, you just would not think it was here. But this tunnel, tunnel goes right through. Well, it used to. Look, honey. The tunnel used to go right through up to where I showed you with them tyres. It used to come out at that end. But,
you're not going in there, it'd be wet.
But this is the cave, and the entrance here, just here where these logs are, is where they buried the man, and he died. And to this day, people walking up above can hear him shouting. So I'm going to take you through.
Me and Penny are staying here.
I'll just take you through and have a look. I have been in here before, but it only goes so far. So I'm just going to take you through. I don't know. I've seen this before, whether it's dust or orbs. But if I walk to the back and back here quietly, if you hear anything or see anything, then let me know. And there's the back of it. As you can see, it's all been either collapsed or it's been filled in. It's quite big. You can stand up in it. I'm stood up. So we go. This is the cave, and that's Penny barking. But it doesn't. You don't seem to get anything inside it. It's just at this entrance. It seems like orbs. Come in, Penny. Put on a lead, quick. What? If you just look there.
Come on, Pen.
I know there's a few. You get orbs. You get orbs flying about just in the entranceway. There's loads of orbs here, but you don't get them in the back of the cave. It's just in the entrance. But when we bought the REM pod and the K2, we put them just on that rock there, and it was going off.
We should be alright, because they aren't usually fall down.
Oh no, I'll hold it through here on the lead.
Come here, Pen.
Just in case you just bugger off.
Come on.
So yeah, as you can see, it's very well hidden. and not a lot of people know it's here. So that is where the wages man was murdered, and still roams Limekiln Hill. Let me just stop this because she's gone underneath. So now we're coming out of Limekiln Woods
To the lake.
to the lake, and I'll tell you the story of the lake, the lady of the lake. This is a little fishing lake, owned by the farmer.
A lady haunts this lake.
So you can fish here during the day, but no night fishing, it says. So if you just look here, this lake here, it's quite a big lake, just on the edge of the woods. There it is. We have been to the other side in the woods and just sat quietly. So this lake, people have heard a lady screaming, and the story goes, the edge of the lake, the lady is heard screaming at night. She went on a date.
It didn't end very well.
With this fella, and he said meet me by the woods. So she got ready and met this fella by the woods, and he dragged her into the woods and killed her just by the edge of the lake.
She drowned.
Yeah, and threw her body into the lake and drowned her. And ever since, all true stories.
Yeah, she's been seen
All true stories. But she has been seen. She's been seen sitting at the edge of the lake, crying and screaming. So these woods are.
Like I said, we've heard and seen loads of stuff.
Yeah, we've walked through many a times, and we've seen stuff that isn't
Honestly,
there. We've heard stuff, and
we were walking up the bank the one day, and it was quite steep. But I saw somebody run to the edge, and time we got round, which was literally a few seconds, there's no way anybody could have run to the edge because there were so many brambles and stuff.
But we saw something. One day we had Penny, and we saw something that wasn't even there, but Penny must have sensed it as well, because she went up running up the hill after it, but there was nothing there.
No, there was nothing.
But I've had a feeling of someone following me. So they are very haunted woods. So three little stories of the woods to go by. But it's not nice. We started coming through here towards the back end of winter time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was so muddy.
Yeah, it was.
We was having to put our boots on to come here. But now the weather's getting better, it's all dried up and a lot more pleasant to walk through.
But it's really eerie, these woods are.
Yeah, they are eerie.
You just know you're being watched, you've got that feeling. That's why it's a bit, it will be scary doing this at night. Because doing it in the day, you sense it.
And then you've got to watch out for deer hunters.
That's the only other thing, yeah.
I don't fancy being shot at.
Not really, no. Do without it, really.
Shot at while ghost hunting. This is our way out now, up this hill. This takes the breath out of me. So I'm going to And here we are. I'll walk around Limekiln. Hiya. Here we are back on Huntington Lane.
Yeah, we are.
Back towards the car park. This is just about 5 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
So we're here every day. We do that big trek every day. We don't go to the house
Not every day.
and the cave.
But
Now we know where it is.
But we do the walk round.
So I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Limekiln.
Too much.
At least you know Limekiln's just on the edge of Ketley in Telford.
It's near Wellington, Adminton,
Yeah.
and in Telford.
So if you want to come out and look round for yourself, then do. Limekiln Woods
in Adminton in Wellington.
So I hope you've enjoyed our little tales of the woods this morning.
All true.
So thanks for watching.
So
Hope
from
you've
me and
enjoyed
Jason
it.
And Penny, she's
Yeah.
behind us, she's absolutely worn out.
There's Penny.
You had enough, Pen? Come on, let's go and get some. She needs to go and have a lunch. She needs to go and have a lunch and a drink.
So we'll see you on the next video.
Oh yeah, stay tuned, plenty to come from us.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks guys, see
Bye.
you soon.